My child, stop. Do not scroll. Heaven did not whisper this message. It interrupted your life on purpose. Something has been protecting you quietly, and if you leave now, that protection begins to lift. Stay with me, and before you go further, subscribe in faith, because messages sent like this are not repeated. My child, my beloved, I am not whispering today. I am crying out from the gates of heaven. I am raising my voice through the clouds and winds so that this reaches you in time. Because if you skip this, if you turn your eyes away or close your heart for just 10 seconds, something will leave you. Something that was protecting you silently. Something that had been holding back a storm you never even knew was coming. My beloved Archangel Michael is not here to gently tap your shoulder. I have come with urgency. I have come with fire in my breath and trembling in my wings. Because heaven has seen something that you have not yet seen. And the time to remain calm is over. You must hear me. You must stay. Because if you walk away now, you may walk directly into the thing that was never meant to touch your life. Before you go any further, hear this truth. This message was sent to you because of your name, not anyone else's. The angels were told your name. The recording was sealed with your identity. This moment right now, this second you are inside, is being watched by heaven. You may think this is just another day, but I was sent because something in the next few hours will shift. And if you do not open this message fully with your spirit alert, God's covering may begin to lift. And when it lifts, so does the protection you've never even realized was there. My child, my beloved, I plead with you, subscribe right now before you continue reading because this message may be interrupted or you may be distracted and what I am about to reveal must not be missed. It is not a message to entertain you. It is not for everyone. It was sent for you directly from the higher realms and it must be read to the end. So subscribe and return to this moment because what is next was hidden from even your closest people. You are not here by accident. You were pulled into this message because heaven is still trying to stop something. A danger that is circling your life like a shadow. A silent destruction that has not yet arrived but has already been seen by the Spirit. The enemy was counting on you skipping this. The enemy wanted you to laugh, scroll, or doubt. But God wanted you to stop, to freeze time, to pay attention because He does not want to lose you. Not again, my beloved. There is something you did recently that caused a ripple in the spirit world. You might not even remember what it was. A small prayer, a silent thought, a tear that no one else saw. But it shook the heavens and it sent a signal to the throne. That signal became a cry for help. And now that help has arrived. But it can only stay if you open your heart fully. If you open your mind now and receive what I am about to share, the moment your soul opened this message, something powerful began to shift around your life. I saw a demon flee from your household. I saw a curse break mid-sentence. I saw a delay that was holding your miracle back start to release its grip. But the miracle is not fully free yet. The chains are loosening, but the final blow comes only if you stay. If you hold on, if you do not run when the truth starts to sting because yes, my child, this message will hurt a little. It will expose some things you did not want to face. But it is the only way heaven can heal what has been hurting you. Too long you have been walking around with a weight on your spirit. Too long you have been asking, why is this happening to me? And today the answer will come, but only if you let me speak it to you all the way through. I know what happened. I saw it. You were supposed to be protected from that situation. That person was supposed to be removed earlier, but you held on too long. And because of that, the divine covering that was once so strong around your heart began to thin. Not because God is angry, but because disobedience removes blessing. Silent rebellion removes favor. And when you ignore the signs from heaven long enough, the angels step back, not in anger, but in silence. And now we are at the final moment before that silence becomes permanent, before the shield is withdrawn, before the door is shut. And I am yelling, my child, yelling from the mountains of God because your destiny is too important. You are chosen. You are marked. You are not meant to suffer what is coming. But you will if you choose to treat this message like every other thing. This is not every other thing. My beloved, I want you to know that heaven is still open to you. The throne is still glowing with mercy. The hands of God are still reaching toward you. But your hands must reach back. You must take this message seriously. The countdown has begun. The wind is already shifting. I was told to warn you before midnight that if you delay past that time, a moment of divine opportunity will pass, something that was coming your way will change direction, and it will take months or even years before it returns again. The person you have been waiting on is still under divine review. Their heart is being searched by God. But the decision about them, whether they will walk back into your life with light or bring you back into darkness, is being made now. Right now, at the exact moment you are reading these words, heaven is observing your reaction. Whether you care, whether you believe, whether you will receive this truth or scroll past like the ones who missed their miracle last week. And that is why this is the final warning, because others before you were given the same chance. And they ignored it. They mocked it. They delayed. And now they cry in silence, wondering why their angel no longer visits, wondering why doors will not open, wondering why they are trapped in a cycle that was never their destiny. But you still have a chance. If you act now, if you receive this now, if you stop asking why me and start asking what now, Lord, my child, my beloved, the sword I carry is not to harm, but to protect. But I only protect those who listen. The time of spiritual entertainment is over. You are stepping into the hour of decision, the place of truth, the edge of your future. One step wrong and you will wander again, but one step right and the heavens will roar with approval. You will see signs within the next 24 hours if you follow what is coming next. You are not reading this by coincidence. Even the time you are seeing this matters, the number on the clock, the place you are sitting, the thoughts you had before this appeared. All of it is part of the orchestration. You are in the middle of a divine interruption. And what you do with this next paragraph will determine what opens or what closes over your future. My beloved, I saw the battle in heaven over your name. I saw the angel assigned to you standing before the throne, fighting off accusations from the enemy. I saw God lean forward and say, "They are not finished yet." That is why you are still breathing. That is why this message found you. That is why your enemies failed. Because God overruled what was meant to destroy you. But if you walk away now, if you brush this off like just another message, you may never know what he saved you from. Do you remember the time you almost gave up? That moment when you said, "God, if you are real, show me." This is that moment. This is the showing. This is the hand reaching down, the light piercing through the cloud, the answer dressed like a message. Will you take it, or will you throw it away like others who were too proud to receive what looked too simple? The simplicity is the test. God always hides power in humble packages. That is why Jesus came as a baby. That is why miracles start with instructions that seem too small. And that is why this message has come to you through a voice you were not expecting. Because God wanted to see if your pride would speak louder than your hunger. But beloved, I see your hunger. I see your questions. I see how long you have waited for something to finally make sense. And that is why I was sent. There is a new chapter forming around you, but it cannot be written in the ink of fear. It must be written in the boldness of obedience. The pen is in your hand now. God will not force you to write the next line, but He is watching to see if you will. And if you do, if you fully receive this, your next 72 hours will contain the confirmation you have been crying out for in the secret place. And I do mean crying, because heaven has seen the nights you did not tell anyone about, the silence that suffocated your soul, the tears you wiped before anyone saw. And heaven has not forgotten. That is why this is your moment, the final window, the final warning before your protection lifts, but also the final chance before your miracle lands. My child, my beloved, you are being watched not in fear, but in divine love. Right now, the veil between heaven and earth is thinner around you than it has been in years. There is a glow around your name in the spirit realm. Your angels have gathered because they know what is at stake. And your decisions from this moment forward are being recorded. Every second you choose to stay present is counted as obedience. Every time you doubt yourself but still press forward is counted as faith. And heaven rewards faith. I am not sent to punish. I am not sent to frighten. I am sent to awaken. And you, my beloved, have been asleep in one area of your spirit for too long. You have been moving through life with the appearance of belief. But inside, you have been questioning everything. And that is okay. God saw your questioning. He was not angry. He was moved because He knew your questions were a sign you were still searching. And only the ones who search find the truth. And the truth is this. You are in the middle of a spiritual inheritance transfer. Something that was delayed, stopped, blocked, or stolen from your bloodline is now being handed to you. But only if you pass this moment. Only if you choose to be still and receive. Because if you rush, if you walk away, if you laugh, the blessing will wait no longer. It will shift. It will move. And it will be given to another who is willing to take it with reverence. There is a reason the enemy sent distraction after distraction into your life this week. Have you noticed it? Strange moods, unusual tiredness, misunderstandings with those closest to you, delays, mental fog. All of this was sent to keep you from arriving at this divine intersection. But guess what? You still made it here. You are reading this, and that means the enemy failed. But now you must choose. Do you go deeper and take what is yours, or walk away and let it drift? Because you have been in this place before, have you not? Where it almost happened. Where you could feel the breakthrough breathing on your neck. Where the job, the love, the blessing, it was almost in your hand. And then gone, vanished, snatched. Not because you did not deserve it, but because you were not fully prepared to hold it. But now the preparation is done. The angels have readied the scroll. The name on the envelope is yours, but it cannot be opened unless your spirit is fully awake. That is what this message is doing. Waking you up, waking your courage, waking your trust, waking the version of you that heaven has been waiting for. Not the version you have shown others. Not the version that smiles through the pain, but the version that says, God, I am ready. And are you ready? Really? Because readiness is not about being perfect. It is about being willing. It is about being open. It is about saying yes, even while you are still afraid. If you say yes right now, the shift will begin. The blessing will be released. The angels will surround you. The next 24 hours will bring a sign so obvious you will not be able to deny it was from God. But say nothing, and the silence you feared will return. That aching emptiness you have been trying to fill will start growing again. The unanswered prayers, the delays, the confusion, it will all come back and worse because this is the final invitation for this specific miracle. Heaven does not beg. God speaks once, twice, and then he moves forward without you. Not out of anger, but because his timeline will not wait forever. So what will you choose, my beloved? What will you do now that your name has been mentioned in heaven, your destiny opened, and your protection put on hold until you decide? Because yes, your protection is thinning. The dreams that used to warn you have slowed. The inner peace you once felt is flickering. The blessings that came easily now feel blocked. And that is because you did not listen before. You ignored the gentle voice. But now I am not speaking gently. Now I am yelling because the final 10 seconds are passing. Right now as you breathe. 1, 2, 3. You do not need to feel ready. You just need to respond. Speak out loud right now. I receive this message. That alone shifts the atmosphere. That one line opens a gate that no one can close. That act of surrender brings back the protection you thought you lost. And from that moment, everything around you will begin to respond. People will change. Doors will open. Confusion will lift because you aligned yourself with what God already planned. I saw it. I saw what is waiting for you. I saw the letter with your name being carried by an angel dressed in royal blue. I saw the person you have been crying over standing in a doorway, unsure whether to knock again or leave forever. I saw the money being held in a spiritual bank account that had been locked due to unbelief, now glowing because you have started to believe again. But you have to finish this message. You have to stay with me because if you stop now the miracle stops too. God is not cruel. He is just, and justice means he cannot give blessings to a closed heart. He cannot pour oil into a vessel that keeps turning itself upside down. But when you open your spirit fully and truly say, "Yes, Lord. I trust you again," even the things that were supposed to take 10 years can happen in 10 minutes. That is how fast God can restore. My beloved, I have more to say. This is just the beginning. What comes next will show you who has been betraying you silently. It will show you the real reason that person has been avoiding you. It will show you why the opportunity you lost months ago was never actually lost, only delayed. And it will show you the exact moment your life turns around and how close it really is. My child, my beloved, stay with me now. This moment is sacred. What is being revealed next has never been spoken to you so clearly because you are finally ready. Ready to hear what others were too afraid to say. Ready to see what others ignored. And most importantly, ready to release what has been secretly blocking you from your next divine season. There is someone whose name keeps appearing in your thoughts. You do not know why, but their energy lingers. You wonder if they were meant to stay in your life or if they were just a lesson wrapped in a temporary blessing. Heaven knows the truth. And I was commanded to tell you that this person is either your greatest test or your greatest turning point. And you will know which one very soon. But first, you must complete this message. If you leave it now, the veil will close again, and the clarity you have been desperate for will be delayed. You are walking on holy ground. Even if your life does not look holy right now, even if you are surrounded by confusion, by fear, by mistakes, and mess, do not be deceived by how things appear. The angels do not see what the world sees. We see destiny forming in chaos. We see gold under ashes. We see your future even while you are drowning in your present. And the future is still beautiful, my beloved. But it is fragile. One wrong decision in this moment, and you may miss the wave that was already scheduled to carry you forward. That is why I am shouting. That is why I am not being polite, because heaven has already prepared something enormous. A breakthrough, yes. But more than that, a divine switch in atmosphere. A complete reversal. Where you were once forgotten, you will be called by name. Where you were once the outsider, you will now be chosen first. Where money once slipped through your hands, it will now overflow in ways even you cannot explain. But you must not share this too soon. There are people around you who smile with their mouth and curse with their heart. They are tracking your every move, not to help but to copy, to drain, to delay. And God is not revealing this breakthrough so you can impress them. He is revealing it so you can protect it. Not everything heaven shows you is meant for the world. Some things must stay secret until they manifest. Listen to me. There is someone who has spoken your name in jealousy. Someone you love. Someone you trust. But they have placed silent words against you in the spirit. Not curses made with rituals, but emotional curses whispered through resentment. And those words have built spiritual blocks around your opportunities. But today I am breaking them. With every word you are reading, the chains are snapping. The lies are reversing. The guilt is dissolving. You are being made new in the eyes of heaven. You must understand something deeper. God's protection is not passive. It is active. And if you live carelessly, exposing your plans, repeating the same cycles, allowing people into places they were never meant to stand, you force heaven to step back. Not because you are rejected, but because protection cannot remain where dishonor lives. You must honor this message. Honor what God is warning you about. Honor yourself even when others do not. And that is the test. Will you keep trusting when others start mocking? Will you keep believing even when no one claps for you? Will you hold this message tight when your flesh wants to scroll away? Because the ones who carry the greatest blessings are the ones who pass the greatest tests. And this right now is your test. Stay with me. The next revelation is heavier, but you are ready. There is a place you walk into often. It could be a room, a hallway, a corner in your home. And every time you pass it, your spirit feels strange, like something is watching, like the air feels different. That is because it is. There is something in that space that is holding an old energy, a memory, an object, a spiritual residue that was left from a trauma, an argument, a betrayal, and it has been disturbing your spirit without your knowledge. This message is your cleansing moment. After you finish reading this, you must go to that space. You must pray there. You must declare that anything not sent by heaven must leave. Speak out loud even if you feel silly. Because what is hidden in that corner is what has been hiding your miracle. And once you clear it, you will feel peace return in ways that feel like your lungs can breathe again. My beloved, I must say this before we go any further. Someone is watching you, not with physical eyes, but in the spirit realm. A new person is being drawn to your life. They have been sent as a blessing, a partner, a divine connection. But they are being tested as well. They are watching to see if your light is consistent, if your walk is real, if your yes is firm, because they are carrying a key that only fits a soul that is ready. And if you do not pass your test, they will not stay. And they were meant to be part of the breakthrough. Yes, that is how serious this moment is. One decision, one turning point, one message. This message can shift the atmosphere of your entire future. And that is why I am speaking in thunder. You cannot hear thunder and ignore it. You cannot witness lightning and pretend the sky is calm. That is what this message is, a spiritual lightning bolt. And it is flashing now. Will you move? Because this is your final warning. Not in fear, but in love. Final not because God gives up. Final because time does not wait. The doors are open but they do not stay open forever. The window is wide but it will begin to close. And if you are still stuck in doubt when the winds shift, you will be left wondering what could have been. And that is a pain you do not want to carry. But if you trust, if you stay, if you say, "Yes, Lord, I am still listening," you will be met by something more powerful than anything you have ever known. The gates of favor will swing. The strange delays will vanish. The financial burden will lift. And the person who was sent to bless your life, they will walk through the door exactly on time. My child, my beloved, lean in closer now. The time to doubt is over. I am about to show you why the battles in your life have felt so relentless, so unexplainable, and so unfair. It is not because you are cursed. It is because you are carrying something sacred. Something that would terrify the enemy if you ever activated it. That is why you have been attacked in waves. That is why people betrayed you when you did nothing but love. That is why your joy has been delayed. Because your anointing is dangerous to darkness. And the moment you begin to believe that again, the heavens will open to release what was blocked. What you are about to step into is not just a blessing. It is a redemption. And redemption means heaven will publicly reverse what the enemy tried to ruin privately. The lies spoken about you behind closed doors will be exposed. The people who left you in your lowest season will watch you rise without needing their apology. And the one who once ignored your value, they will stand stunned, realizing they were inches from destiny, but too blind to see it. But all of this depends on your response. Right now, the angels have been instructed to wait until this message is complete, until you finish hearing every word before releasing the next signal to heaven. Beloved, I am being shown something else right now. Something you felt but could not explain. There has been a heavy presence at night, has there not? Some nights when sleep would not come. Moments when you jolted awake for no reason. You tried to shake it off. But deep down your soul knew something was trying to reach you. And it was the Spirit. It was divine instruction trying to pierce through the noise. Because God has been speaking, but He needed you to finally slow down. And now that you are still, He is speaking loudly through this message. And the next instruction will change everything. In the next 3 days, something will happen that looks like a problem. Do not react. Do not panic. Do not speak too soon. It will feel like a setback, but it is not. It is heaven creating space. You must allow this shift. Because God is removing something that you were not strong enough to release on your own. And once it is gone, the flow of favor that has been building behind the scenes will finally begin to pour. And I tell you, it will not come drop by drop. It will come as a flood. Money, clarity, healing, the return of someone you love, the unblocking of your voice, and opportunities that are too divine to even predict. But if you interrupt the process, if you act from emotion, if you question God again, if you try to fix what He is breaking for your protection, the delay will return, not out of punishment, but because you will be placing yourself back into alignment with confusion, and where confusion lives, favor cannot stay. That is why I am warning you again. Do not speak too soon. Keep your mouth sealed for the next few days. Do not announce what God is doing. Do not share this with the wrong people. God is doing something secret, and it must be protected until it is fully birthed. There is something hidden in your house. A spiritual object, a memory, a picture, a conversation, something that is keeping the curse alive. It must be removed. And in the full message that follows, I will reveal how you will feel a chill when I name it. You will feel warmth when you obey. And the miracle that was delayed will suddenly move like a river unblocked. My child, my beloved, even now as you are reading this, the realm around you is shifting. The air is different. Your spirit can feel it. It is subtle, yes, but something unseen is brushing against your life like a wind trying to warn you. This is not fear. This is discernment. This is your inner knowing that heaven is calling. And if you keep ignoring this sound, the volume will not rise. It will vanish. That is the danger. God does not shout forever. He waits for the chosen to respond. And you are one of the chosen. That is why I am here. Someone very close to you is being watched, not by people, but by angels and demons alike. Because they are standing on a spiritual fault line, they are either going to bless your life or break it. And the final decision about their presence in your life is being formed right now. You have been praying, God, show me who they really are. You have asked for clarity. You have begged for peace. And now that prayer is being answered. But the answer will come with a cost. Because truth always costs something. And if you are not ready to let go of who they were, you may never receive who they truly are now. The reason God's protection is thinning around you is because He knows you have been holding on to things He already let go of. You are gripping what He has already released. You are walking backward while crying for forward blessings. And it does not work that way in the kingdom. You must release what He released. You must surrender what heaven has already removed. Only then will the divine protection return in full force. This is not a punishment, my beloved. This is a final intervention. You are walking towards something dangerous. And heaven did not want you to feel punished. Heaven wanted you to feel warned. But when you ignore the warnings long enough, the protection has to be pulled. Not because God stopped loving you, but because He must honor your choices. And if you choose to keep what is breaking you, He cannot send what will build you. So I was sent here to yell. Not gently, not softly, but loudly, because heaven does not want to lose you. This is not about religion. This is not about rituals. This is about destiny, about timing, about purpose. And there is something that was scheduled for your life before your birth, but it has a spiritual expiration date. If you do not step into it now, it will pass to another. And do not think it has not happened before. You were already given chances. You felt them. You knew when something came close and then it slipped. A relationship, a job, a healing, a moment, and you told yourself maybe it was not meant to be. But the truth is it was. You just were not fully open. You did not believe long enough. You did not trust deep enough. And so it was delayed. But this now is the last delay. There are no more extensions after this moment. You are either stepping in or stepping away. My child, my beloved, you do not need to fear. You do not need to run. You do not need to beg. You just need to say yes. Yes to the message. Yes to the shift. Yes to the divine decision that God has already made on your behalf. You just need to stop fighting it. Stop doubting yourself. Stop pretending you are not worthy because heaven has already approved what you are waiting for. But your heart must catch up. And this is your catching up moment. This is why the enemy tried to distract you today. Why there were so many interruptions. Why you almost did not open this. Because the enemy knows you are one yes away from breakthrough, one surrender away from peace, one belief away from unstoppable favor. And he is terrified because when you receive what God has set aside for you, it will not just bless your life, it will bless generations that come after you. You are not reading this by coincidence. Even the time you are seeing this matters. The number on the clock, the place you are sitting, the thoughts you had before this appeared, all of it is part of the orchestration. You are in the middle of a divine interruption. And what you do with this next paragraph will determine what opens or what closes over your future. My beloved, I saw the battle in heaven over your name. I saw the angel assigned to you standing before the throne, fighting off accusations from the enemy. I saw God lean forward and say, "They are not finished yet." That is why you are still breathing. That is why this message found you. That is why your enemies failed. Because God overruled what was meant to destroy you. But if you walk away now, if you brush this off like just another message, you may never know what He saved you from. Do you remember the time you almost gave up? That moment when you said, "God, if you are real, show me." This is that moment. This is the showing. This is the hand reaching down, the light piercing through the cloud, the answer dressed like a message. Will you take it or will you throw it away like others who were too proud to receive what looked too simple? My child, you did not come this far by accident. What was circling you has been stopped, and what was delayed is now turning in your favor. Do not step out from under this covering. Subscribe now, not for a channel, but as an act of alignment, so when heaven speaks again, your spirit will hear it. Peace is returning. Protection is restoring. And the storm that was coming will not touch you.